Welcome to the Trading Raw Stories podcast. I'm Rita, the host with the most inspiring stories that you ever did hear. Back in the day when the day was back, I was known as the juicing queen. I became raw vegan overnight after watching a documentary called Food Matters. Changing what I was putting in and on my body didn't just make me lose weight and have great skin. It gave me mind clarity, more energy, and over time made me so self-aware and intuitive that I vibrate on a higher frequency and level of consciousness that's turned me into a manifesting queen. I've lived like 9 lives and have amazing stories to share that may inspire you to finally leave that toxic guy you're with, quit that miserable job you hate, start that business you've been talking about forever, and at the very least, you'll probably start saying yes more often and eat more vegetables. I'm your tell it like you need to hear it and make you do it, sister from another mister. I've lived quite the life and have stories for days that have inspired women to transform their lives in real big ways. So I created this podcast to share my insane and unbelievable stories with the world to reach whoever needs to hear them. I'll bring on inspiring humans to trade stories with me, and I'll even have some live coaching sessions with listeners calling in. You're here because you were meant to find this podcast, this community, these raw stories. There are no coincidences. Everything happens for you, not to you, and I'm so glad you're here. Hey, welcome back to the Trading Raw Stories podcast. I love you. How are you? Are you feeling good? Are you smiling? Do you feel my good vibes through the microphone, through your speakers? Are you in the car? Are you walking your dog? What are you doing? Are you working out? I would love to know. Tell me in the comments in the Facebook group what you are usually doing when you're listening. I would love to know. Anyway, so this episode is the last one of the year. It's the end of 2020. Can you guys believe it? We thought this pandemic was going to be just a couple of months, and by the summer we'd be good, and it literally was the entire year. Oh my gosh. Well, I wanted to make this a tribute, kind of like a thank you 2020 rather than a goodbye and fuck you 2020 kind of thing, because there's good to focus on even through all the shit that happened this year. And I thought it would be fitting that it would be a solo one, so we can connect heart to heart, baby. That's what I'm here for. Anyway, so I'm delirious. It's almost midnight. But yeah, anyway, So I guess everyone's experiences have been drastically different depending on where you live in the world, right? I'm talking about what was still open and what you were still able to do and have a little bit of normalcy in your life, and what the weather is like around you. Right now it's winter time and I'm in California, so I'm still happier and higher vibe than I would be if I lived in Chicago, where I used to live, or even New York. Your environment has so much to do with how you feel. And I actually taught about this. Taught, both work, whatever. In the Raise Your Vibration Challenge that you missed last week, but it's okay. Don't worry. The replays are still up in the Facebook group, so you can still, I'll link the thing in the show notes, and you can still join and catch the replays. But on day 3, we talked about the environment, and not just what's around you and whatnot, but what you're consuming through your eyes and your ears, baby. That has everything to do with your environment. So anyway, and oh God, not to mention that your experience was super different if you actually got COVID or have lost a loved one to it. Shit. If you want to come on the podcast and talk to me about it, I would love to have you. And we can keep it anonymous if you want to, but I'm really curious to connect with who's listening and what's going on in your life, where you are in the world. This is our community. This is our little happy family. So I asked you guys on Instagram to actually tell me what was something good that happened in 2020. And I wanted to know where you grew and how you were stretched and what you took on that you never thought you could handle. I wanted you to focus on what was thriving in your life, right? So 2020 really forced a much needed stillness and solitude upon us. And I really think that this earth, our planet, needed a break, right? It's almost like it had to happen to force everyone to take a breather and to look at what's really important. And we also learned what we can do without, didn't we? I'm so curious to know what matters less than you used to think over the past year, right? Did you start any new hobbies? Did you strengthen any relationships? Did you leave a toxic relationship like I did? Or did you learn anything about yourself or about the world? Many of you told me actually that you finally started a YouTube channel, or you started a podcast like I did, or a business like I did. And some of you got out of a toxic relationship like I did, or moved out on your own like I did. Oh my gosh. I'm just really grateful, honestly, like all bullshit aside, joking aside, I'm really grateful that my life wasn't super affected by the pandemic, because I was already working from home. I have been since 2014, even when I was living in New York. And now I just don't have to travel for meetings and conferences. And I'm already a major homebody and seriously love being home and love being alone. So it's kind of like it's been pretty normal for me. I don't want to say that to make you feel bad. And I hope you don't. I hope that you're happy for me as I would be happy for you. It's all love. It's all good vibes. And I hope that you are thriving. I hope that you're happy. And I would love to help you in any way, shape, or form, whether it's a coaching session or just letting you have a little venting session, or helping you to see the silver lining in a situation that you're having trouble seeing the silver lining in. Because everything that happens, as I say, happens for you, not to you, right? And like when we're in the thick of it, we're not able to see the beautiful shit that's like creating in the background and will show up down the line. And you'll go, oh my God, if that didn't happen in 2020, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be there. I wouldn't have done this, or I wouldn't have done that, or this wouldn't have happened like a year or 2 or 3 later. Seriously, it's real. And it's happened to me over the past decade of my life. And I have so many stories to share about that, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So where was I? Okay. Well, I guess that I was just sharing what my experience has been like. And I did actually start this podcast after talking about it forever. And I wasn't doing it out of fear of judgment. And I did leave a relationship at the end of April while I was still in love with him. Okay. Like that was hard. I thought I was going to marry the guy. We moved to California together. Like how much harder could it be than that? Well, it could be, but yeah, anyway, we're not going there. So you heard bits and pieces of the story, in other episodes, but I basically left at the beginning of the pandemic and I chose to be alone. Isn't that interesting? Like I chose to be alone during a time that people don't want to be alone, right? And my inner being, it just was like, I was suffering in that house. And this podcast never would have happened if I stayed. My creativity was shot. Like my inspiration, my spirit was just crushed. There was no way I would have gotten to the point where I'm at right now if I had stayed. There is absolutely no way. No way. And I wouldn't have gotten to really get to know myself and to really be alone with my thoughts and only worry about me and my dog, but really me. And you guys, I truly fell in love with myself this year. Like I finally healed the shit that has been blocking me forever. And I dove deeper into the work, especially the mindset work and coaching. And I busted through the blocks of staying stuck in the how out of fear, making excuses to stay stuck because being stuck was safer. And it's like the devil, like, man, I'm now radiating love because I love myself so much. And I don't need anyone else to make me feel loved. I don't need anyone to make me feel whole. I don't need anyone to compliment me or make me feel good so that I could feel good, which is huge for me because my happiness was completely dependent on whether he or we were happy, right? And it's not healthy. I was super codependent my whole life, apparently, and I didn't even realize it. And now I'm the complete opposite. I don't actually want anyone. And I'm pushing guys away that want a future with me, which is probably not healthy either, but that's another story. Oh man. So you may have noticed that I haven't really talked much at all about the pandemic and, on this podcast and whatnot, because I didn't really want to focus on it. I don't watch the news. I don't really pay attention to what's going on. I honestly wouldn't even know who won the election if people didn't tell me. Like, I stay in my happy little bubble as much as possible. And am filtering, I'm consciously filtering what I allow into my awareness, like what I'm consuming through my eyes and my ears and what's around me and the vibe that I create in my home. Like, I'm a super bargain hunter. I'm really good at finding deals, and I never pay full price, partly because I've been in sales all my life. So it feels wrong. But I could help you use what you have at your house already and create a whole new vibe. Organize it in a way that feels so good that you don't want to leave. Like, it's hard for me to leave my house because it feels so good here. People come over and literally call it Charlotte's Web or the black hole for years. Like, not just this apartment, every apartment I've ever had in New York and whatever, it's been called the black hole because it's hard to leave. Like, legit, it's hard to leave. And everyone says it's like cozy and homey and such a good warm vibe. And I can help you create that. It's so important to have your home feel like a safe sanctuary space where you're able to decompress. You're able to be your truest, most authentic self and just embrace your vibe, who you are, and just love being home. It's crucial. It's the most important thing to have your home feel good, to have your bed be the most comfortable space ever because you spend so much time there. Right? Anyway, we're getting off topic. So yeah, I wasn't really focusing on the pandemic. I wanted to help you focus on you and what you can control. I wanted to share stories with you that would inspire you to take action, whether it's in your health or in your relationships or your personal development or your home environment. And just finding and pursuing your purpose. Like, that is my ultimate goal, is to help you become the healthiest, happiest, highest vibe, highest self version of you that is purposeful, intentional, and living life, not just selfishly coasting, but to be here with purpose. Because what I keep hearing from people that are older, wiser, and literally on their deathbeds and reading about such things is that you end up regretting not pursuing the thing that's been tugging at your heart out of fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of change, fear of did I say judgment? Because that's the one that I struggled with the most, because it was deeply rooted cultural programming for me. And I wouldn't be able to sit here and record this episode and put it out there for the world if I did not heal that. Like, that's huge. For me to not care what other people think is mind-blowing. The fact that I am there. Because if you feel me on that, I can help you. And I would love to help you. I'm here for you. Please know that. That's why I'm doing this. To serve you. To reach you, to connect with you, to help you where you are, meet you where you are, and get you to where you can be, where you want to be, where you're thriving, where all of your dreams are real. Like, your dreams are not dreams just to dream. They're popping into your head and tugging at your heart because they are meant for you. You are meant to realize them. Like, look, me speaking on a microphone and you hearing me from wherever you are in the world is magic. Like, that's not a realistic thing that can happen, but it happened. It's happening. A cell phone, video chat, FaceTime, all the things. It's all magic. It's all created by one person's thought, one person's inspired thought and belief in themselves and in the possibility and pursuing and just being so driven and motivated to the point where they did not give up. They kept going and there was a way. Instead of saying, I can't, they'll say, how can I? Right? So instead of you saying, I can't do this, I can't do that, say, how can I? And figure it out. Take the step. Take one baby step and the next one will appear. Follow your intuition. Oh, this is good timing for this. I actually came up with a framework to help you to tap into your intuition and to basically catch your negative thoughts or catch your fear-based decisions and reframe in the moment and make an inspired, intuitive decision. Are you ready? Oh my gosh, this is like brand new. I came up with it at like 5 a.m. I couldn't sleep. And so here it is, okay? Because the thing is that you have to realize you're living a choose your own adventure every single day. You are on this planet living a choose your own adventure. You can talk to people, you can make new friends, you can learn something new, you can explore, you can find a relationship, you can find a new job, you can start a business, you can buy a car, you can invest in yourself, you can solve a problem, you can disrupt an industry. Things are around you in your immediate orbit, in your awareness, in your environment that's a vibrational match to you. There is no coincidence, period. Okay? And each decision takes you down a different path. Like, if you are faced with a scenario where you have to make a decision whether to do something or not to do something, and one of them, immediately your inspired intuition was like, yeah, let's do it. And then your fear kicked in and your logical brain was like, no, you can't because. I always say, within the first 5 seconds, whatever your reaction was, whatever your gut instinct, your immediate response, that was very likely your intuition. That was excited. That was your soul. Like, yes, let's do it. Oh my God, yes. And then you let your logical brain kick in and go, no, no, no. You can't because you don't have enough money. You're not smart enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not skinny enough. You don't have the right credentials. Who the hell do you think you are to do this? No, just stay home and be safe and comfortable and stay in your little discomfort. It's not that bad. It's safe and it's familiar. Let's just stay put. Let's just stay here. Let's not do anything crazy right now. Okay? Calm down. Sit down. Shut up. Like, that's what's happening. And so I created this framework for you to recognize when you are making a fear-based decision and telling your inspired, intuitive self to sit down and shut up. Okay? You ready? This is exclusive shit, y'all. So the framework that's going to help you make inspired decisions is called Redefine. That's Ritafine. So the R stands for reflect. The I stands for infer. The T is for think. The A is for acquire. F, frame. I, inspired. N, notice. E, expect. So I'm going to break it down for you now. R for reflect. Reflect on the decision that you made. Was it fear? Was it fear-based? Did you say no because you were expecting negative outcomes? Did you run all the reasons why you shouldn't in your head? Did you let your logical brain talk you out of it? Was it fear? So reflect. The R is reflect on the decision you made. Was it fear? The I for infer. Infer what beliefs or fears are blocking you by looking at the negative outcomes that you may have been afraid of, that you may have been expecting subconsciously, which is why you said no. T, think. Think about the positive possibilities and look for them to be true anywhere in life. We often look for evidence to prove ourselves right, to keep ourselves safe and small and justify why we are the way we are and to stay stuck and all of that. So now I want you to start looking for the evidence to prove the opposite to be true. Think about the positive possibilities instead of the negative ones and look for them because they exist. They exist. The A is for acquire. Acquire evidence to prove the positive outcomes, to debunk your negative belief, your fear-based mindset. Reflect on where those negative beliefs came from, that negative evidence you collected to prove that thing to be true in your mind, to create and anchor that belief. F is for frame. Frame a new belief from love and expect to be supported. So now you're going to prove that old belief, the fear-based one, wrong. You're going to prove that, hey, that's not true. It's possible for an amazing outcome to happen. It's possible. And why wouldn't I expect something good. Or at the very least, I could expect that I'm going to make this decision from love. I'm going to expect it to work out. And whatever happens, either way, it's for me and it'll be fine. Instead of, no, I can't because X, Y, and Z negative reasons, right? Like that's just automatically blocking you. So then the I is for inspired action. Now you're going to talk yourself back into saying yes. You're going to allow your intuition, that initial yes, to take power and tell your logical mind to shut up. So now you're switching the roles. You're saying yes instead of the no, giving the power to your intuition, taking it away from your logical mind. Okay? Use the positive possibility evidence you collected to anchor the new belief in whatever happens is for you and an opportunity for an adventure that will lead to your growth. Whatever will come of it is for you. And it'll open a door. A next step will appear. Something will happen. Because if nothing changes, nothing changes. Right? So then the N is for notice resistance. Notice the resistance that comes up. Doubts and fears will creep back in and will talk you out of it over and over again using those old stories, those old beliefs, the fear-based mindset that's programmed, right? And then the final E is for expect miracles and surrender the outcome. It'll be better than you could have ever imagined. Whatever it is for you. Just decide that you want to believe that or better is coming. The best possible thing in the world is coming. That to which what you would like to happen, the positive outcome that you would like, that's coming or better. Just believe that. Anchor in that belief. I have been running from that programming, not even aware that I have been just living my life completely trusting my intuition, surrendered, and believing that whatever happens is for me and whatever happens is all good. I'm going to learn, I'm going to grow, I'm going to land on my feet. It's all good. And I have so many stories to prove this to you. And one of them that comes to mind right away, right off the bat, is when I was working at a call center in Chicago and I stumbled upon this application for the Truth Tour, for the anti-smoking, I don't know if they like to be called that, whatever, Vans Warped Tour, Truth campaign. And it was just this application that I found online. But it was my intuition that said, hey, pull up Craigslist and look for a job. And then boom, this application was there. And then it was like, hey, you should apply for this. And I was like, okay. And I applied for it. And then I'm sitting there and just filling it out and whatever, didn't think anything of it. I get a phone call a couple weeks later or something. And they're like, hey, we want to set up a 15-minute phone interview. And I'm like, okay, cool. Set it up right away and had it during my lunch. And then they're like, cool, we'll let you know. I don't know how much time passed. I don't even remember. And then they called me again. They said, hey, we want to set up a 3-minute video for you to send in a 3-minute video of yourself. I'm like, cool. And I did it and I sent it in. And then they called me again. They're like, hey, congratulations. You made it to the next round. We want you to fly to New York to audition in person. And right away, my intuition, my response was, all right, cool. See you there. Like, I did not even stop to go, no, I don't have the money. No, I can't get the days off of work. No, I'm not going to get it anyway. Why even bother? Why should I even try? So many people are applying. Why would I get it? Like, none of these thoughts came in my mind right away. Right away, my intuition was like, hell yeah, you're going with the flow. I brought this to you for a reason. This is for you. This is meant for you because there's so many things that are going to come because of this thing right here, right now. Your whole life is going to change because of this thing. And if I had just said no from the beginning, from sitting in the cubicle, staring at the application, going, nah, forget it. I'm not going to get it anyway. Like, my entire life changed because of that one decision. When I went to my boss's office, I just said to her, hey, so I need to have a couple of days off, these dates, blah, 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 so that I could fly to New York to audition for this really cool tour. And she looked at me like I was crazy and said, "No, I'm sorry, Rita. I can't give you those days off." And I could have let my fear kick in and just go, scarcity mindset, right? Like, oh my God, oh great. I guess I can't go. I need this job. I have rent to pay. I have a car payment. I have bills and blah, blah, blah. And I can't lose this job. I need this job. And they're not going to give me the days off. So I guess I can't go. No, that's not what happened. I looked at her and I said, "I'm going to go anyway." And she nearly lost her mind, I think. But anyway, I couldn't wonder what if for the rest of my life. And I told myself, hey, this is coming to me for a reason. I made it this far in the whole process. I really believe that this is for me. This is coming to me for a reason. I have to see it through. And this or better will happen. Whatever happens will work out. It's for me. It's meant to be. And I believed that because this would not come my way if it weren't for me in some respect. So I had that knowing. This was back in 2007. Like, that's crazy that I was manifesting without even realizing it because I believed it would work out. And I just approached it from love and excitement and trusting my intuition, going with the flow and just seeing what would happen, surrendering the outcome. And that's the secret to manifesting. I didn't even realize I was manifesting. This is crazy. And so then when I get there and I do the audition and all that stuff, long story short, guys, I got picked out of thousands of people to work on this tour for a summer. So instead of waking up and being in a cubicle every single day, I was waking up on a freaking tour bus, living like a rock star, alongside Katy Perry, Gym Class Heroes, 100-something other bands. And guess what else? Guess why this happened for me? Because I was meant to discover my talent, my gift, my passion, my love, my calling for public speaking, for having a microphone in my hand. And this was known now to me. The moment that I was out on the stage area and they put a microphone in my hand and they said, "Here you go ahead." And I'm like, "What do I do? What do I say?" They're like, "Just go have fun." That was it. And I drew in huge crowds. I have photos. I'll post them. Huge crowds of people that were coming around to listen to little old me in my little pink shorts and a halter top I made out of a big ass t-shirt and a microphone in my hand. And I had the poof haircut before Snooki came out, and then I changed it right away. But yeah, like I got a taste of magic. So I woke up in a different city every single day. I'm on a microphone every single day. I'm just living the dream, literally. And it was 2008, the tour. So once the tour ended, I went back home to Chicago and I'm unpacking and I'm thinking to myself, there's more out there. There's so much. And I want to play with life. I want to say yes to more things and experience everything and not be tied down. And this is where my anti-relationship sort of stuff came in. And I would stay out of them on purpose because I wanted to be single, wild, and free to say yes to everything and not be tied down by a single thing, right? So that's where that came from. But I got a phone call from somebody from tour. And he was like, "Hey, I'm doing a show in Vegas. You want to come?" And I was like, "Yeah." Now I developed a confidence in saying yes, in trusting my intuition, in going with the flow. And once you start saying yes to things and you see that it's not so bad and it's not so scary and cool shit happens, as a result, you build the confidence to say yes more often. And you start trusting your intuition and telling your logical mind to shut up and take the back seat now. Put your intuition in the front seat. And so what happened when I said yes to going to Vegas? I said yes intuitively, immediately. My answer was yes. It wasn't, "Oh no, Fear-based, right? Oh no, my mom, what's she gonna think? Oh no, what are people gonna think? Oh no, I need to find a job and, get back into the groove of things. And oh, the right thing to do would be to stay and start finding a job. Like, I could have played all the logical things in my mind and stayed home and not gone to Vegas for the 3-day trip that I was invited to. But instead, I went with my initial quick, intuitive gut reaction and said yes, and just booked the flight, and I was in Vegas for 3 days. Now, here's the real kicker. My intuition keeps like, okay, pushing it. Let's go, Rita. You're having fun. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So while I'm there in Vegas, on my 3rd day, an hour before my flight, suitcase in my hand, ready to go back home to Chicago, I'm standing there and I'm going, shit, how do I go back to normal life? Like, I just got a taste of really great weather and palm trees and pool parties and backstage VIP stuff and just on the stage with performer. Like, it was crazy. Like, how do I go back to normal life? And all of this just happened from me taking chances, saying yes to things. Think about all the different things that you could have said yes to that you said no to. Do you ever wonder what would have happened if I had said yes? Do you want to keep thinking that way? Keep thinking that way all the way till you get to your deathbed and wonder, what if I had said yes to that one thing? What if I had finally left that toxic relationship? Where would I be right now? Would I be living on my own? Would I have met someone that I deserve like a month later or something? You really shouldn't get with somebody that quick. You should give yourself the space, but that's another story. And if you haven't listened to the episode with Paul Fishman, the most recent one right before this one, you need to go check it out. It's so good. Okay. He's the self-love coach. But anyway, off tangent, back it up. Where was I? Oh yes, my intuition. So I'm standing there in front of the MGM Grand, waiting for the shuttle to take me to the airport. And I stood there and I looked around and I was like, palm trees, pool party, great weather, freedom. Holy shit, I don't have to go back. I don't have to live in Chicago. Whoa. Who said that? You don't have to live in Chicago? Who said that? Was that my intuition? Holy shit. Because I thought I had to live in Chicago for the rest of my life because that's where my family was, because that's where my mom and my dad and my brother and my sister and my childhood and everything, my familiar, environment, that's where everything is. And I realized I didn't have to live in Chicago anymore. Would that disappoint my mom? Absolutely. But am I going to keep living my life to please her or anyone else and live my life the way that they told me to live? Or am I going to live this one life that I've got by just going with the flow and seeing what happens? Like, what is the point of life if not to explore and experience things and evolve? So as I'm standing there in front of the MGM and I had these thoughts, the logical mind, the fear crept in. No, Rita, you should go home. Go home, find a job, go to school, become a teacher, do all the things you're supposed to do. Just go home. Don't be stupid. Your mom's going to yell at you. And then I was like, no, I'm staying. I should stay. I'm staying. I turned around and I walked toward the MGM, went straight to the bellhop, gave him my suitcase, handed him a $5, walked toward the casino floor to head to the pool. Before I even made it a quarter way in, not even, barely entered through the casino floor, I got stopped almost immediately by someone who, by the way, I'm still friends with till today. He stopped me and was like, hey, where are you going? And I was like, I don't know. I just missed my flight on purpose. I'm going to go to the pool. He's like, that's dope. Well, do you want to come with me to the bank at the Bellagio? I've got VIP, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, sure, why not? Immediate yes. Just going with the flow, saying yes. And so that night, instead of being on an airplane, I was shoulder to shoulder with Leonardo DiCaprio in his VIP. Do you need me to repeat that? Is your jaw dropped, like hitting the floor? Is your mind just a little bit blown? Are you just a little bit more inspired to start saying yes to shit? Or are you thinking negative, fear-based thoughts like, oh, that was just luck. Oh, that just only happened to her. That's like 1 in a million chances of things like that happening. Tell that logical, fear-based mind to shut up and that magic and miracles can be your default. Like the life you're living right now is not even half as good as it could be if you would just get out of your own damn way and let it happen. Let it unfold. Let the magic happen. Stop blocking yourself. And all you have to do is listen to your intuition more often. And the framework that I taught you is basically how you can do this. And my story's not even done. It gets even crazier. And this is all in one summer. My summer of yes. I should call that. That's what I call the episode. The summer of yes. No, I'm kidding. Because I say yes all the time, right? So back to the story. It gets crazy. Totally went off on a tangent, but it was so inspired, like super download. You can thank the universe for that. That was not me. All right, here we go. So I got stopped by that dude and was shoulder to shoulder with Leonardo DiCaprio that night. And then the next night. And then the next night. And so many other cool things happened. Like another day I got stopped by some guy and he was like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to the pool. He goes, you want to come to this pay-per-view fight with me? And I'm like, okay. I sat 4th row at a fight at the MGM, like pay-per-view fight. I'm in the middle of the ring. I'm hanging out with freaking Mike Tyson. Like, what? I would have been back in Chicago living a normal life. And so at this point, I'm staying with that friend, that first person that stopped me for like a month. And then he got me a job with him. So then I was managing my own guest list and getting girls like from the bathrooms at the pool parties and just like collecting beautiful women and saying, hey, do you want to come to VIP with me? And they're like, hell yeah. And I'm like, sweet. So I got paid for every pretty girl that I brought to the pool or the party or the club or whatever it was. I don't know. And I was starting to do some promo modeling and stuff like that. And it was just like crazy. Then I got an apartment and I was working and just at this point, I think I was there like 3 months maybe. I got stopped at the mall by a VH1 casting director asking me if I wanted to be on a reality TV show. And this, my fear of judgment, the deeply rooted shit, my fear-based mindset kicked in immediately. My intuition right away was no. Why though? Why? Because it was fear-based from fear of judgment, fear of what my mom would think, fear of what people would say about me. That's what came up for me. But who knows if I had done it, what doors that would have opened. Maybe I slammed the flow, the creative flow of things that were meant for me, and then I just shut the door on it and I stopped the flow. Like that makes me wonder, what if I had said yes to that? That bothers me because I don't like to think what if I had done this? What if I had done that? That's so, kills me. But so what ended up happening was he was like, oh, well, they're shooting a Warner Brothers movie. That should be good. You want to do that? I was like, okay, that sounds cool. So he set me up with that and I went to the shoot and they put me in a bikini. They did my hair and makeup and they sat me down by the Caesar's Palace pool and they said, sit here and look pretty. I'm like, okay. That was a 14-hour shoot. I'm 10 feet away from this table of a couple of actors sitting at the table with a baby. And I didn't know who they were. I didn't know what was going on. And I was just like, all I knew was the movie was called The Hangover. So yeah, guys, I take up the entire screen in a white bikini for like 6 seconds in the movie The Hangover. None of this would have happened if I were still in that cubicle and didn't fly to New York for the audition for the tour. If I had said, no, I can't because I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I don't have the money. I can't fly to New York. My boss is not giving me days off. I can't risk this. It's not likely that I'll get it. So I should just stay put and stay in this cubicle and work my job and collect my money so I can pay these bills. The universe rewards and loves risk takers like more than you could ever understand. At this point, I have proven to myself that when I say yes to something and I just go with the flow, magic happens. And that is my belief. That is my mindset. My mind is set on that belief. So, with the redefined framework, I want you to reflect. Every time you make a decision, catch yourself and go, was this a fear-based decision? Did I make this decision solely out of fear? Was this my logical mind talking me out of something that my intuition really wants me to do? Is this an inspired idea that's come up before that I keep talking myself out of? That's how you know when something keeps cycling back, when something keeps coming back around, it is for you. Undoubtedly, it is for you. For you. Do you know how many notebooks I have gone back through and notes that I've gone back through from 2017, 18, 19? All of them say the same things that I was saying since 2010, 11, 12. And then now, everything that all these new ideas, I think I'm having new ideas. I'm going back, reading journals. I'm like, holy shit, I already had this idea? What? You're here for a bigger purpose than this 9 to 5 that you're at. You're here for a bigger purpose than being just in this house that you're in with, if you're married, if you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, kids, whatever you have going on. This does not have to be it. You can have this and your dreams. I'm not saying leave your marriage or leave your relationship or dump your kids and go off and live, ride a horse into the sunset. No. Just start to recognize what's coming your way that you're saying no to out of fear. And that's what I would invite you to start saying yes to your inspired, intuitive thoughts, your desires. Don't let your logical brain tell you to sit down and shut up. You tell your logical brain to sit down and shut up and take the back seat for once. And just say yes. And explore and let magic unfold. Like, I've been using my intuition, I've been guided, I've been surrendered, I've been manifesting all this time without realizing it. And it's because I say yes to things and I don't let my logical brain talk me out of something. That's what people are doing. They're letting their logical brain, the fear-based mindset really, talk them out of doing things that their intuition, that their soul is yearning for, to actualize, to realize, to make dreams, literal dreams come true. Like, I discovered my passion and my love and my talent and my gift for public speaking. And this entire time, all these years ever since, I didn't think anything of it. I didn't realize that that's what happened then. I'm only now connecting the dots. I ended up living on the tour bus to living in Vegas. I lived in New York. I lived in Arizona. I've had so many different careers, different jobs, different connected like events, the dots that connect. It's crazy. Like, me doing this tour, because I did this tour in 2008, I ended up living in New York from 2014 to 19. If I had not done that tour, I would have never ended up in New York. And if I didn't end up in New York, I wouldn't have had the job that I had. I wouldn't have become a professor teaching public speaking. Hello, was that the universe not saying, hello, dumbass, remember, you're supposed to be public speaking? Like, the breadcrumbs, the connections, the dots, they're lining up. And it's really funny how things happen like that. Now, who knows what is going to unfold down the line? Who freaking knows? But none of that would have been possible. And I would not have been guided to share these stories with you today if I did not follow my intuition and the nudge. That's what it is. That's your intuition. It's the nudge. It's telling you to do something. Do this. It's lighting you up. It's exciting you. Pay attention to that and take action. Take action right away. Say yes. Do the thing before you talk yourself out of it. And when you're about to talk yourself out of it, use my framework. Use the redefined framework to talk yourself back into it. And let's recap. Let's go back through it one more time. So when you are making a decision, reflect on the decision you made. Was it fear? Infer what beliefs or fears might be blocking you by looking at the negative outcomes that you were expecting or assuming would happen. Then think about the positive possibilities and look for them to be true anywhere in life. Look for the evidence and then acquire the evidence to prove the positive outcomes and reflect on where the negative evidence, the negative assumptions, the expectations, where they came from to debunk them with that evidence you acquired. And then frame a new belief from love and expect to be supported, expect for everything to work out, expect that like the positive outcomes will be your outcomes. And take the inspired action. Say yes. Inspired yes. Talk yourself back into saying yes by using the positive possibility evidence that you found. Anchor in the new belief that whatever happens is for you and it's an opportunity for an adventure to lead to your growth, to lead to the next thing, to open a door, to who knows? But it's good. Expect good. Then notice the resistance. Notice the logical mind creeping in with those doubts and fears, talking you out of it again using those old beliefs. And expect miracles and surrender the outcome. It's going to be better than you could ever imagine. Then decide that you want to believe that. Decide that. Make this your default. Whatever inspired ideas, yet your intuition, your inner being, your inner wisdom is bringing to you, like you're having these insightful, beautiful ideas. And then you're letting your logic, your fear-based, logical mind tell you not to do something, to sit down and shut up. So tell the logical mind to sit down and shut up and take the back seat because you're going to let your intuition drive for a while and explore life and have fun. Let 2021 be your year that you redefine your life, redefine your health, redefine your wealth, redefine the way you make decisions, redefine the way you live life. And live from a place of love, not fear. And speaking of, let's shift our attention to some good things that happened in 2020, shall we? Because everyone has been, I don't want to say everyone, I'll qualify my statement, but most people have been stuck in a fear-based mindset. And we can shift our attention to look at the good things and expect good outcomes and expect good things to come. And that's what I'm talking about in the Redefine framework, right? So let's look at a couple of good things, a few good things that happened, right? Dogs and cats were adopted in record numbers. That's freaking amazing. Carbon dioxide emissions declined. Parents had to stay home and play with their kids, and dogs loved it too. I know Frankie did, but I'm always home anyway. Kids having to be at home from school, it likely decreased the amount of bullying they were exposed to. And they're no longer being unknowingly poisoned by the school lunch program, this corrupt ass food system that's literally going after your kids. But that's another story. A lot of people cracked themselves open, became self-aware, conscious of their thoughts and their intuition and wanting more and wanting to pursue their dreams, started a podcast, started a YouTube channel, like all these amazing things. But I also wanted to give you a menu of things that you can start doing now that I'm teaching or that I was teaching in the Raise Your Vibration Challenge, which again, you can still go back into the Facebook group and join and watch the replays. But anyway, so number 1, go plant-based. Go plant-based, or at least introduce 3 whole raw veggies into your diet each day. Like today, I went and I got groceries and I was just snacking on radishes. Like, when do you ever eat a radish? Have you ever eaten a radish? Did you know that radishes help you reduce the risk of heart disease and they increase blood flow in your body, and they're rich in calcium and a bunch of other different nutrients. I'm not going to go into it. Okay. And then the second thing would be to have a green juice every single day. Make it a habit to drink a green juice instead of or before your coffee. And I bet you if you do it before your coffee, you probably won't want that coffee. Number 3, drink your weight in ounces of water. I'm terrible at doing this, so I do it out of a wine glass, and I'm finding I'm drinking way more water, and it's more fun that way because I don't really drink alcohol because it's literally poison. But anyway, so number 4, start journaling first thing in the morning. Julia Cameron, the author of The Artist's Way, she calls this morning pages. And Elizabeth Gilbert said that if she never discovered that book or started brain dumping every morning, Eat, Pray, Love would have never existed. So imagine what magic you have inside that's waiting to come out. Just all you have to do is write 3 pages every single morning, first thing, like 3 full pages before you even think about touching your phone. And honestly, if you're thinking like, what am I going to write? Literally anything. Just brain dump all the thoughts, all the feelings, all the emotions, all the to-dos, everything. Dump it out. Make room for creativity. Number 5, the first hour and the last hour of your day are the most sacred. So develop your own morning routine that works for you, starting with those morning pages and avoiding your phone at all costs, and cut off technology, run yourself a bath, spend time reading or journaling. The key here is to break away from the tech and to spend time alone and to develop a morning routine. And again, in the challenge that I did, there's a whole list of things for you to help you to create a morning routine that will work for you. Number 6, go outside, get some sun, go for a long walk with your dog if you have one, listen to a podcast, my podcast, or some motivational TED Talk or nothing at all. I'm always like, when I'm in the car driving, it's quiet, complete quiet. Or a podcast. That's it. I rarely ever listen to music while I drive. But anyway, just walk in silence or take this time to appreciate all the magnificence that nature has to offer that's always around you that you take for granted. Look at the trees. They're so fascinating. They're tree trunks, the big roots that are deep in the soil, and then all the leaves. Look how many leaves there are. Look how tall the trees are. And because of the trees, we're able to breathe. This is amazing. It's magic. Go outside, get some sun, appreciate the magic. Number 7, learn something new. Use your brain in a new way. Sign up for lessons for singing or dancing or painting or whatever floats your boat. Learn a new language. Read a book. Write a book. The key here is use your brain in a new way. Number 8, keep a self-talk journal. This is different from any journal you've ever heard of because I made it up. Basically, what I want you to do is write down all the negative shit that you say to yourself about yourself. Look at them and picture yourself reading these things to your sister, to your daughter, to your mother, to your friend, to me. Would you? Probably not. So why are you so mean to yourself? Catch these thoughts in the moment and reframe them to be positive ones and program your brain to start believing the positive thoughts. Similarly to the redefine framework that I taught you earlier, where you're making a decision, reframe your decisions to be expecting positive outcomes. So now reframe your mind to think positive thoughts about yourself versus negative ones. Tell yourself you're beautiful. Tell yourself you're a badass. Why are you saying mean shit to yourself? Why are you thinking mean shit about yourself? It's stupid. It's ridiculous. It's not serving you. So we're going to stop that. Okay? So you're going to write it down in a journal. You're going to write down all the negative shit you say about yourself, and you're going to reframe them. Write them over to be the opposite, to be the positive of that thing. Read it out loud. Say it to yourself in the mirror till it becomes your new belief. Beliefs are just thoughts on repeat. So we're going to repeat the good ones and leave the bad ones out. Okay? Number 9, stop saying I'll try, I'm trying, or maybe. Get out of this gray area that you've been stuck in forever. Either do or don't. I am or I'm not. Yes or no. Get the hell out of this gray area. Be done with it. Leave it in 2020. Number 10, detox your environment. Remove anything or anyone that doesn't make you feel good or brings you down. No one's forcing you to consume negative shit or stay in a toxic relationship or job. You'll find another person one day. There is another job that will make you happier. Or maybe it's time to finally start that business. And take a look at your social media. When you scroll, are you seeing things that are making you feel like shit about yourself? Unfollow, mute them. Is it full of people ranting and complaining, super political stuff? Remove and replace your social media feed with positive messages from people like Gabby Bernstein, Tony Robbins, the Urban Monk, or me. Don't carry this like negativity into 2021. Remove it. Like improve your awareness. Improve what you consume through your eyes and ears and your mouth. Ooh, that's good. I need to write that down. Number 11, do not carry resentment, anger, fear, or grudges into 2021. Ask yourself this one question. Who do I still need to forgive? Who do I still need to forgive? Someone came to your mind just now. I want you to let it go. Make peace with it. If you need inspiration on this, go check out my Instagram post from December 7th. Read that post, and I guarantee you it will tug at your heartstrings. It'll help you to realize and release the negative stuck emotions that you have in your body so you can stop vibrating these negative energies and they can stop emitting from your body and your being, and you can stop attracting things into your awareness and your life experience, because you'll stop vibrating those negative energies and you'll make room for love to come in. Okay? So that is all I have for you. I hope that those things will serve you. I hope you can pick 1 or 2 or 3 or challenge yourself to do all of them and see how long you can go. I mean, you can decide. And this is another thing that I've realized is that when someone makes a decision to do something like, oh, I'm going to do this challenge, or I'm going to go plant-based, or I'm going to quit smoking. It's like, yeah, you're saying you're going to, but you've also made the decision on when or how long you're going to last. Subconsciously, you don't even realize it. You've already told yourself, you already believe that it's not possible for it to be permanent. And so you've like given yourself permission to quit. Think about that. Think about how many times you tried to quit smoking and you're like, oh yeah, I'm just going to start back anyway, such and such time. So I might as well just do it now. And then you just give yourself the permission. You make excuses. You justify why you can't keep going or keep doing something. It's just ridiculous. It's a whole mind fuck. Like, take control of your mind. I can help you, and it's my jam, so let me. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was inspiring. I hope that you will come back for more, and I hope that you reach out to me. Tell me what you're taking away from this. Tell me what you're loving. Tell me what you want more of. Tell me if you want a coaching session. Tell me if you want more information. Tell me if you want to do a challenge with me to make 2021 your year, that you are your healthiest, your happiest, your highest self, and live your freaking purpose. I love you so much. Thank you for being here with me. I can't even express how grateful I am that you are spending your time here with me. And there are so many amazing podcasts out there. There's so much content. Your attention, your time is so appreciated. I love you, and I hope that this is serving you. And please share it with somebody that you think this will help, that needs to hear it, that needs a kick in the ass, or just send them my way. I'll help you out. I love you. Thank you. Have a freaking fabulous week, weekend, night, morning, whenever you're listening to this. And Happy New Year, and I'll see you in 2021. Mwah.